Hey y'all, Spills and Thrills back with another video. And today is another day, another drama with the Ace family. So, basically, there's been videos going around saying Austin McBroom has been cheating on his wife, Catherine. And this girl right here, she has all her screenshots and the proof to say that Austin, in fact, did cheat. And she thought that they were going to have a brand deal because he DM'd her and was talking about a brands. And then when they linked up, that's not what happened. She said they hooked up, and she's not proud about it. But I'll show you the video so you can see what I was talking about. And yeah, here we go.
I'm in trouble, Austin. Does your wife know that you cheat on her every weekend? Does she know that you message every single girl on Instagram trying to get in their...
So I'm sure by the last video you know exactly who I'm about to talk about. Anyway, so a couple months ago, I get a DM from him on Instagram just asking me if he could send me stuff from his clothing brand. And I was like, of course. Like, I knew who he was. Like, I had never talked to a celebrity. Like, I was pretty new to doing, like, collabs and stuff at the time. So I was like, oh my gosh, he really just messaged me. Like, I was just, like, stoked. So here was our conversation on Instagram. I mean, it was just typical like collab DM. I did find it a little weird and unnecessary that he needed to text me afterwards. So we text. He asks me if I'm going to be in LA anytime soon. And I'm like, yeah, I can be in LA if it means you personally hand me the package, of course. So I go to LA by myself. And I'm going to have to do part two. Okay, so here's part two. So I get to LA. I'm staying in a hotel completely by myself. We're texting a little bit throughout the day, like, you know, kind of like seeing what I'm like, I keep asking what the plans are later and like what exactly we're doing. And he kind of just keeps beating around the bush and not being direct and just kind of vague, which really bothers me. I'm like the type to like want to know what we're doing. And so like we were supposed to meet at like 6, and then it got pushed to 7, then 8, and then I text him at 9 like, okay, what is the deal? Like I was like, why are we meeting so late, you know? Like when he said spot in Malibu, I was like, what does that even mean? Spot, like restaurant, like what, you know? But anyways, he picks me up in the blue Rolls Royce that everyone knows. So I'm like, okay, so it shouldn't be anything fishy. Like he's not trying to be sneaky about it, whatever. And then where do we pull up? To a house in Malibu. And I was like, oh my God. Like for part 3. All right, part 3. So we pull up to a house and I'm like, have I really been this naive to not know that this was what it was the entire time? Anyways, at this point, I'm still kind of oblivious, and I'm just like, okay, you know, maybe we're just talking business. Because in the car, we had just talked about, like, other brand deals he might get me and all these other things, and I was just excited, you know? So we get inside. He just kind of keeps asking me about me, and, like, just, like, it seemed like he was just, like, trying to get to know me, and I was just, like, doing the same. So I knew it was like not completely business when he turned on Netflix and we were just watching Netflix on the couch, like just talking and stuff. And I'm just like, what the? And then he like grabs a blanket and just like has a blanket on himself. At this point, we're like not close together at all. And he like it tells me like come over and like lay with him. And I'm just like, hey, look, like I'm really trying to do business. That's what I thought this was. Like for part 4 though. Okay, part 4. So he's like, no, like he kind of gets a little defensive and he's like, no, like I got you, like we are gonna do business, like this is business. I'm like, okay, like, and it was just civil, like it wasn't weird after that, like it was just fine. And blah blah blah. He takes me back, and like on the way back, by the way, like some fans of his were like recording us from a car and like screaming, and I was like, and he was like, don't worry about it, it's okay. And I was just like, oh. So me being still like dumb and naive to the whole situation, we hang out again the next night. Only this time he asks me to Uber. But yeah, it was definitely the same spot. So like last time, I mean, he's talking about like me, kind of talking about business and like what we're gonna do together, like as far as brand deals. So it ended up being the same scenario. He tries cuddling me again. And I'm like, look, I don't know what type of girl you think I am, but like, then he tries telling me that him and his wife aren't really together, all this other stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to do part 5. Okay, so part 5, yeah, so he starts telling me like him and his wife aren't really together. It's just for publicity, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like believing it. I'm just being naive, like as can be, just believing everything he's feeding me. And here's where I'm a little ashamed. We did end up doing the thing, okay? Don't judge me, but I did. So, long story short, he's like, now I'm gonna be obsessed, blah, blah, blah. And he actually ended up paying me like $800 for one of the brands that he said he was gonna like hook me up with, like ahead of time, which was really weird to me. So after the fact, I just kept hearing stories from other people that this is like what he does with girls and like all these other things. And I was just like disgusted with myself, disgusted with him. So this is him asking me to hang out again, blah, blah, blah. I didn't. Definitely gonna have to do part 6. That's where the real tea is gonna be. I know I've really dragged this out. It really was not intentional, but okay, part 6. Anyways, he had hit me up multiple times after. I have not hung out with him since. He always asks me to link. I could show you all the screenshots, but like really what good does it do? It's really no proof that it's him. I'm not gonna put his number on here. But the real screenshot is this one. So this is after like, you know, various times of me like not responding or just like being short. And this top message says I live in LA now. I can't remember what was before that. But anyway, blah, blah, you can read it. The real kicker is this. It must have been bad for you because he would never talk about the fact that we did it on text. Being smart of him. But yeah, he said that. And then, nope, just bad for my morals because facts. He still hits me up to this day. And here's the real proof that it's really him. Alright, I really shouldn't have to prove myself to anyone. But since everyone thinks I'm capping, I'm going to provide you with a little more. They wanted the Uber receipt. Here's the Uber receipt. There's my hotel. There's the house in Malibu. If you know California, you know that's Malibu. Why did I scribble the name out? I don't know. Honestly, I thought it was illegal. I also could just change anybody in my phone to his name, so. But here's a little proof that he is in my contacts. Here is proof that it's his actual Instagram. Here's our message. There you go. Here's this video again, proving that it's his actual Snapchat, in case you forgot. And in no way am I trying to play some innocent victim role, but there was a lot of manipulation involved to get to where it went to. Because in reality, you shouldn't be DMing girls in the first place about business, when in reality it's for something else. Cut me some slack.
Now, as you can see, she has all her proof. And now, to the other McBrooms, which is Landon. Bramty posted a video on her Instagram story saying that her and Landon were supposed to have a brand deal. And basically, she gave him ideas to do for a YouTube video. And he just snatched it. He stole the video idea, stole the title, and stole the thumbnail. And this is what she's over here coming to say. So I'll show you the video and give me your thoughts on it.
Because she is sweet, but I just feel like she plays the game the same exact way that Austin and Landon do. She like hit me up a while ago when her skincare line launched, and she wanted to send me a PR package, and I said of course. I put it on my story. Amazing products. She honestly put like so much energy and time into that, and it really showed, and I was genuinely like really happy for her. So then like weeks go by and I needed help like contacting somebody on Instagram, and I was like, hey, would you happen to know anybody, just because, you know, she has like a shit ton of followers. I'm sure she has a contact over on Instagram. And she kind of beat around the bush, didn't want to give it to me. Weeks go by, I asked her again, beat around the bush again, didn't want to give it to me. And then I asked her if I can send her something from my new clothing store. I was like, I would love to send you and like the girls something, and she just didn't hit me back up. But like other times I would DM her, like she would who is this person that I'm talking about who's a family channel? So it doesn't have to do with the family channel, with the girl. I have nothing against her. I've never spoken to her. I've never had like an altercation with her, like nothing against her. I actually wish her the best, and when you guys find out like who the guy is, you'll why I wish her the best. So the guy is Landon McBroom. I think he's a big ass piece of shit. I think he's a rat, and with everything that's been coming out, I wish her the best, and I hope she's doing good and getting over this whole situation. But yeah, I just think he's a big ass piece of shit, and I've heard so many stories about him from like other YouTubers, like shit behind the scenes that he's done to other people too. Yeah, like I said, I think he's a big piece.
Now Bramty goes on and talks about Austin and Catherine, basically saying that they'll do anything to get on top no matter what it is, and then when they don't need you anymore, they just cut you off. So I'll play the video so you see what exactly she's talking about, and then comment down below what you think about the situation.
I just think they have like really bad morals, and they'll do whatever the hell they have to do to get on top, and then when they don't need you anymore, like when you're not convenient to them, they just cut you right off. And I think that's just like super fucking shitty to do. I've had like not the best not experiences, but like when we like collabed with the Ace family a really long time ago, like didn't have like the best impression of Austin specifically, and that's why like I still followed Catherine, but I just unfollowed her. But just like shit like that. But Catherine, like, she's super sweet, like nothing against her personally, but I just think like she just has like the same mindset and mentality of them, of like using people. I unfollowed her just because I didn't feel right like talking about her in-law while still following her, and then I've also been wanting to unfollow her for a little bit.
As you can see, there's a whole bunch of controversy with the Ace family and the brothers, who's cheating and who's stealing ideas. It just goes on from there. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you're subscribed first of all, and then comment down below what your opinions are on the situation. And I'll see you guys in another drama video. Spills and thrills out. But if you want to come and chill, make sure you come back to see another video.